Hello, everybody. Today I can write recursive formulas using a1 equals an equals an minus 1. So I want to look at this a little bit differently than how we looked at this in the last lesson where we wrote them explicitly. We're going to now write them what we call recursively. So when we took a look at this sequence in the last lesson, we said, well, what am I doing? What's the pattern? I'm adding 4 to the previous term. So to get the second term, I'm adding 4 to get 3. To find the third term, I'm taking the previous term and I'm adding 4 to get 7. To get the next term, I'm taking the previous term 7 and I'm adding 4 to get 11. If I wanted the next term, I would take the 11, the previous term, and add 4 to it to end up with 15. So what I'm doing in this particular problem is I'm taking the previous term and I'm adding 4 to it. This is how we're going to write the equation or the formula recursively. So a recursive formula always has to start with a1 equals, in this case, negative 1. We need a starting term. If you don't have a starting term, then we can't do anything with it. Now, if I want to find a term, I'm going to call it a of n. And I am taking the previous term, and in this case, I'm adding 4 to it. So the previous term would be represented by a n minus 1, because n minus 1 comes before n. A n minus 1 means the previous term. So what am I doing here? I'm taking the previous term and I'm adding 4 to it. So I'm taking the previous term and I'm adding 4 to it, and that is it. For a recursive formula, I start by writing a1 equals an minus 1. An minus 1 means the previous term, and then you're just saying what you're doing to the previous term. I'm adding 4 to the previous term. That's it. That's my formula. So to write a recursive formula, we're always starting with this. a1 equals an minus 1. To help us remember that, that's the structure for a recursive formula, we have our song. So I'm on Schlansky.com, YouTube, playlists, Common Core Algebra 2 songs, and where's my recursive. All right, so recursive a1 equals. So in number 2, it's asking me for a recursive formula. Recursive a1 equals an equals an minus 1. It always starts with that for a recursive equation or a recursive formula. Now, all you're doing is you're filling in what a1 is, and you're telling me what you're doing to the previous term. a1 is 19. What's the pattern here? What am I doing to the previous term? Well, the pattern is minus 3, minus 3, minus 3. So I'm taking the previous term, and I am subtracting 3 from it. That's the answer. That's it. There's nothing more to it. It's really straightforward, as long as you know that it always starts with a1 equals an equals an minus 1, and you understand that an minus 1 means the previous term, the term that comes before the term that you're finding. Recursive a1 equals an equals an minus 1. a1 is 2. What's the pattern here? What am I doing to the previous term? Well, I'm multiplying by 4 is the pattern here. Times 4 times 4 times 4. So I'm taking the previous term and I'm multiplying it by 4. Now, a lot of students want to write the 4 in the back. They want to write the an minus 1 times 4. There's nothing wrong with that. That is technically correct. But usually you're going to see it written with the 4 in front, because, coefficient always comes in front. But there's nothing wrong with this. That's okay as well. Understand, too, that both pieces must be here. A recursive formula you can't do anything with unless it gives you one of the terms. Recursive a1 equals an equals an minus 1. I want you to try this one on your own. I'll just sit here for about 20 to 30 seconds. It shouldn't take any more time than that. Fill in a1 and tell me what the pattern is. Tell me what you're doing to the previous term. All right, A1 is negative 509. What am I doing to the previous term? We learned how to do this in the last lesson. We can't do it mentally, but I am adding 6. So I'm taking the previous term and I'm adding 6 to it, and that's my answer. So again, whenever you see recursive, you start by writing A1 equals, AN equals AN minus 1. Then you're just filling in whatever A1 is, and you're telling me what the pattern is. In this case, I'm adding 6 to the previous term. That's it. I want you to try number 5 completely on your own right now. So please pause, try number 5 on your own, and then unpause. Okay, now that you tried number 5 on your own, it's asking for a recursive equation. Recursive a1 equals an equals an minus 1. a1 is 5. What's my pattern here? I am multiplying by negative 2. Whenever you see the sign alternating, it's going to always be multiplying by a negative. So I'm just going to erase so I can actually fit it in here. I am multiplying the previous term by negative 2. That's my answer. There's not much more to this. It's not difficult once you get it. So your classwork/homework is going to be to finish writing a recursive formula. And again, I can write a recursive formula using a1 equals, an equals an minus 1. And let's listen to our song one more time. Why not? To make sure that we have that memorized. All right, your classwork/homework is to finish, and I hope everyone has a great day.